Good morning, and yes, it's a bright and beautiful morning here at the UK's biggest airport. But as you say, wherever you're going this Easter, be prepared for delays and disruption, I'm sorry to say.
How bad could it get, Simon?
Well, all depends where you want to start. Should we start on the roads? It's very difficult to predict. The motoring organisations are warning that it could be the busiest weekend that we've seen for leisure travel for over 2 years. Of course, it's the first one where an awful lot of people are going to think, oh, we've been stuck for a couple of years. Let's go off and enjoy ourselves. Now, while most of the roadworks are going to be taken away, there are still going to be intense problems around the M25, which we're looking at there, I believe, very close to me here. There's also, of course, going to be massive problems on the motorways of Kent, not least because the M20 motorway is mostly being used as a lorry park at the moment. And then the usual suspects, the A303 roundabout Stonehenge. A lot of drivers have been waiting there since the Stone Age, and the northern parts of the M6, particularly if it's a lovely day and everyone wants to head to the Lake District. So the roads are going to be pretty grim, and we already know that the railways, well, particularly the West Coast Main Line, that runs from London Euston to the West Midlands to Northwest England, southern Scotland. No trains at all in and out of London Euston all over the weekend, Friday to Monday, and then lots of individual engineering projects further north along the West Coast Main Line. And if you're trying to get to an airport in London, well, the Piccadilly line between Heathrow and central London, that's going to be closed. And so is the main Gatwick Express line from Victoria, but there are alternative trains there. And finally, completing the trilogy, you've also got Stansted Airport, which is not going to be seeing the Stansted Express this weekend.
This is crazy, isn't it? I mean, I know that some of it may be unavoidable, but surely with better planning, they knew Easter was going to happen at this time of year. I mean, why couldn't this be avoided?
A very good question. Well, actually, in 2016, yes, 6 years ago, Network Rail did a proper investigation and they concluded public holiday is absolutely the time to do it because, of course, you got fewer commuters. Then COVID happened. Now we're in the position where actually leisure travel at weekends, and particularly over holidays, is vastly higher in some cases than just normal commuting. Furthermore, you've got the FA Cup semi-final between Manchester City and Liverpool being held at Wembley Stadium. Really easy to get there on the train in normal times, not this weekend. So, yes, a pretty perfect storm if you're staying on the ground.
How about a little trip across the channel then, David?
Right, okay, so if you are going to, hoping to sail across from Dover to Calais, well, that's going to be tricky because, as GBNews has been reporting, P&O Ferries hasn't sailed now for 4 weeks today. And that was when they suddenly announced, right, everybody, you're all fired and we've got some cheaper staff in. That's on the Dover-Calais run. They are actually now running on their other routes. People are being advised, if you haven't got a confirmed booking, do not go to Dover. And DFDS, which has been doing lots of the carrying P&O Ferries passengers, saying again this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if you book with P&O, find another solution. And of course, that might be aiming for somewhere else on the channel, Newhaven Dieppe, or one of the crossings from Portsmouth or Plymouth.
It's such a shame because it looks quite a nice day behind you there, almost a blue sky, and it's certainly a clear sky.
Yeah, and everything going pretty smoothly here, actually, today, which you kind of expect because British Airways has so far cancelled, I calculate, 52 flights. That's mostly European destinations, but also short-haul flights to and from Belfast City, Aberdeen, Edinburgh, Glasgow, Manchester and Newcastle. Those should have been notified some time ago. So therefore, if you are in the position of having your flight cancelled, they should have found you an alternative. Meanwhile, down at Gatwick, around the M25, EasyJet have cancelled about 30 flights today, including lovely Greek holiday islands such as Kefalonia and Zante. So again, the airline is absolutely responsible for getting you there on the day and paying you compensation on top.
Talking of exotic places, just briefly, Simon, are you missing Lake Como?
Well, I flew in last night from there. It was absolutely gorgeous in the afternoon. But now back in London because, well, frankly, it's a lot cheaper going a few days before Easter than over the Easter break.